Good. All right, so let me lock this. Hey, did you lock the door?
It is locked.
It is locked?
Yes.
Oh, okay, I just wanted, we're gonna meet in there, we're still doing some work in the library.
Oh, okay.
Oh, the front door is not locked, is that
Oh,
what
the
you
front
mean?
door is not locked? Yeah, that's.
No, because we just walked in.
No, I was talking about the,
No, we locked it. Well, thanks for joining us
Yep.
today. Appreciate that. We're gonna open up with prayer.
Jehovah, our Father in the heavens, we are so thankful to know you and to have you as our God. We appreciate that you not only created us, but despite the wickedness and the problems we see in the world today, you've given us a solid hope for the future. We're grateful for this opportunity to sit down and talk with you. Our goal is the same as your goal, is to have a congregation that is happy and healthy, and that's, of course, what our desire and our goal is. We pray for your Spirit to be upon our meetings so that we can have an open and productive discussion based on your word. We beg for your forgiveness of our sins, Father. We pray this through your Son, Christ Jesus' name. Amen.
I won't shut up on, it does
Your
updates.
tab?
Yes.
Oh, makes
If
those
you heard it in the hall, it's my tablet, I can't shut it
Not
up.
you. I mean, there's others. I hear all sorts of noises coming from these,
That's okay.
what is it? What
I
is
don't
it?
know why it's chirping. You said it does updates.
Yeah.
Oh.
We got the monitors now, and had the public talk like a month ago, and he had this
Mhm.
illustration where he was opening up a jewelry box. And he's like, you wonder what's inside, and he opened it up, and something happened at the sound counter where it was like the opening chime for the Windows operating system. I can't remember. So it was like he opened it up, and like some music came out, and we're like, the timing.
Weird. Yeah, I don't, yeah. You don't know where it's coming from anymore, so.
Says what Wi-Fi is available.
Oh, that's probably what it is.
Wi-Fi, yeah.
That's why it's chiming. All right, I'll take care of that home.
Okay.
Well, that's good. I'm glad that, I had the
No, I
opposite.
know.
I was using my tablet in
think
service
this one's
and
too.
trying to show a video and the sound was silent, you know. And so I'm showing, and it couldn't hear anything, so I'm trying to figure out how to, you know, it's halfway through the video, I'm
Yeah.
still trying to figure out how to hear this thing. So,
Yeah.
It takes time, it takes time. But we wanted to, I know, well, last year I know with you, and I don't know if you had ever had a chance to talk to some of the things we talked about last year, some of the concerns. Apparently, just from, some have expressed concerns in regard to, some of the things that, that's been expressed, that, they feel that, perhaps you're, being influenced by some negative things in regard to the organization. Just, even your family, your mom has expressed concern. And then we also had, I know you have your business over there with some of the brothers and sisters that can
Yeah, just a couple.
probably bring their dogs, but I know, and
That's
Mike
what
said
sparked it,
related,
right?
yeah, that's what kind
Yeah, I
of
talked
sparked.
to him. Because you had a conversation with him,
Mhm.
and he just said you mentioned a few negative things about like the organization, and something about the scriptures, something with the new translation.
Yeah.
He couldn't remember
Yeah.
specifically, and he was just concerned, and that's kind of what sparked me talking, and brought it up to the brothers. Because I haven't seen you guys in years.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Mhm.
Right. Yeah, I just asked him because I was reading at that time and I noticed it was different from what the old said.
Right.
And then I looked up King James Version
Mhm.
and it was on loyal love.
Mhm.
I says it doesn't mean the same to me. Loyal is different from mercy or kindness. You know what it used to say, loving kindness.
Mhm.
And I'm just like, I don't understand it.
Yeah.
It's different
Mhm.
in my mind.
Oh, okay. Sure.
I
Okay.
mean, loyalty means I'm loyal to him.
Mhm.
I'm gonna be faithful to him, true to him,
Mhm.
but, and loving, of course,
Mhm.
But in kindness and mercy, I've always brought up, mercy is, okay, you show mercy, but it's usually towards like the courts or something. You throw yourself upon the courts of mercy and that you get by, and you're pleading you're guilty, okay, you're guilty, and then they give you mercy,
Mhm.
or forgive you of your transgressions that you have done. That's what, to me, mercy means.
Mhm.
and it says God's mercy,
Mhm.
God's loving kindness, same thing.
Mhm.
He's giving forgiveness, out of his heart,
Mhm.
out of his own, because he loves us.
Mhm.
But the loyalty was different. It's just went loyal.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why does God have to be loyal? We should be loyal to him.
Well, I mean,
And that's what threw me the verse.
What verse was it?
34 was in the Watchtower today.
Mhm.
Exodus 34:7. Very first paragraph in the Watchtower today.
Showing loyal love to thousands.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually, have you ever researched what loyalty means in the Hebrew scriptures?
Well, the Hebrew scriptures I haven't, no, but I mean loyalty from the dictionary and stuff that I've learned. What loyalty means, that's why I said loyalty.
Well,
You
one of
know.
the things you have to appreciate, obviously, this is being translated from Hebrew and Greek,
Mhm.
so trying to get the flavor of what the original.
Well, I went back.
I mean, the dictionary
yeah.
today in English, they
Yeah,
might
but
have
I-
different meanings.
But
from
even
what
though,
was
because I
written
went to the
there.
King James Version on the website
Mhm.
too, because they have it there for us
Mhm.
to look, to compare, so yeah, that's okay. It says mercy, and then I'm like, why is all of a sudden now it's loyal love?
Mhm. Yeah. Well, I
Well, that
mean,
was back in the King James, I mean, even the reference.
No, but I
Bible
mean, though,
highlighted
even loving
kindness.
kindness, I'm saying from what we just updated from, still to me means the same as mercy
Yeah,
Mhm.
and submissive, giving him of his heart, out of his own one.
yeah.
But loyal, it threw me for a loop.
Yeah, loyalty, when you research loyalty and what the original Hebrew word meant and they translate that into English,
Uh-huh,
if you take time, I encourage you to look that up because
Okay, I
it
will.
really highlights Jehovah's love for us. Because loyalty in Hebrew, the word that was translated from Hebrew,
uh-huh,
is a loving kindness, what was used in the reference Bible, but it's a form of love that attaches itself to an object and it doesn't let go of that object until its purpose and connection with it has been realized. So really what that's highlighting, because it says that he's showing
Mhm.
loyal love to thousands, or to the multitude. So when we attach ourselves to Jehovah,
right,
he attaches himself to us now. It's like a barnacle, he will hold on to us as long as we remain loyal to him. And it builds our confidence that no matter what we go through, he hasn't left us. Because his purpose for us isn't this wicked earth. His
no,
purpose for us is
yeah,
we know what our hope is for the future.
Right.
So that's why loyalty is from Jehovah is outstanding quality and it's something for us to imitate. So that's really what that's trying to show. It's getting back to what the original meaning is that he loves us so much that he's going to be loyal to us. We stay loyal to him. That's really the basis of what loyalty in Hebrews is. Sometimes I've done the same thing. I look at words and I compare it in the dictionary.
yeah, it's
But
yeah,
we're
it
looking
just
at what-
didn't make sense
Well,
to
men are
me.
defining it today, but that's why it's important to look back and what were the original Bible writers, what feeling were they trying to convey to their readers, and now we're trying to sometimes there's no words in English that properly convey the depth of feeling of some of the words that were used in the original Hebrew. But that's what loyalty is, super powerful word.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sometimes it's a matter of, maybe having, researching,
Right.
But it was explained when it was like 4 years ago when we got the revised, new
Right.
translations, I think, and it was explained, languages, even over the years, as you know, like the King James English. has
Yeah, but I
changed.
still understand it.
Yeah, but
To the
Right.
and thous, that doesn't mean anything to me.
no, but the
but it
thought,
still has the main thought there from what they to the red, the black, green Bible, whatever you want to do, the
Yeah.
first time,
yeah.
the new translation, you still get the same meaning.
Yeah,
you know?
well, I was saying that the reason they revised it is because even the English language has
Right.
changed. As an example, we know, like the word gay, back in the
Right,
60s.
it was happy.
Happy, now
go-lucky,
it's
yeah.
a whole different,
Right.
word. I think it brought out the example, like New World Translation before, and, talking about Babylon the Great called her a harlot, was it, and
Yeah.
again, that's not a word maybe that's so commonly known now anymore today, so it's like
Right,
right.
Right.
So that was some of the reasoning behind, and of course, you have to remember, we're trying to help, it's not just for us, we're trying
Right.
to help people in our ministry to be able to understand the Bible in language, obviously that they're accustomed to nowadays, because somebody, let's face it, somebody that's young, a harlot, they might, have
Right.
no idea what that
Right.
means, so it's just trying to, bring it up to date with the language, so.
okay.
But I guess the concern is that, I don't know how you're feeling, I mean, is that causing you to feel negatively toward?
Well, it was a little bit because it just didn't make sense to me. It was like, that is changed. To me, in my mind, it was changed.
Yeah. Mhm.
I mean, to me, it meant something totally
Yeah.
different.
Yeah, but you see, just
You
with a
know.
little research, like.
But
what
I
Mike
know,
was
and
saying,
I
might
asked him, I
help
says,
you,
what do you think? And he says, well, he thought the same as me, actually.
Yeah,
He says, well, loyalty is to your spouse,
Mhm.
and I don't know, is what he said. I
yeah.
said, okay,
Yeah. Well,
I was just asking,
Okay. I don't know if there's,
And
again, I don't know what else Jeff related, if there was anything more, if it was just in regard to that, or.
Oh, the one thing that stuck with me is, and of course, there's a conversation between two of you, so he could have related to me wrong, and I might have heard it wrong.
Mhm.
He seemed to indicate that, I don't know if you heard at a convention, or maybe you've heard on a broadcast or from a platform, that something along the lines of that we're taught to just follow the governing body or those taking the lead, even if it doesn't make sense, like they may tell us to do something that's.
Well, they did say that for the convention last
Yeah.
year. I heard it, I'm like,
Yeah.
that just didn't make sense. You might sound crazy, but still do what we say.
That's
Is
how
what
you
they,
interpret it?
that's how I interpret it.
Yeah, well, I think
You know?
it's more to understand, it might be something we don't we completely understand.
Right,
But we have to really trust in Jehovah and his direction that he's given. I think is more the
Yeah.
thought behind that, not that.
Right.
But you think about it, like,
But-
I think we brought out the example when we were talking to you last year, if I remember right, about like the Israelites when they left Egypt,
right,
And really what they were told to do, I mean, I guess you could consider it was kind of crazy, the route they were to take to the promised land. There was a
Mhm.
more direct route to take, and Jehovah had them going, but he had them go up against the Red Sea where now they're trapped. And so
right.
probably in their mind, they're saying, well, what, and they were complaining against
Yeah,
Moses.
right,
I mean, where did you
right,
put
right.
us in here, this
Right.
situation? This doesn't
Right.
even make sense. But, he was being directed by Jehovah. Jehovah
Mhm.
knew what he was doing, and
Yeah, it's just a little easier to see because things happen in front of their eyes. We don't get that privilege of seeing miracles in
Mhm.
front of our eyes. So it's a little bit more believable on some things,
Well,
I mean,
But they did see it though. I mean,
Well,
just
that's
think
what I
they-
mean, they seen it.
But
But
think
it's
about
why,
that, though.
why would they murmur though if they seen
But
it,
there's
you
a
know?
better-
I mean,
so-
there they had proof. It's like,
But
why should you
even,
murmur? Okay, it did
But
happen
they
because you
did
seen it
have-
with your own
But they did
eyes.
have the proof, and yet they still murmured.
Yeah,
They just saw all those 10 plagues and everything.
right, I know, that's what's
everything
crazy
he said
about
came
it.
through.
Mhm.
But we still have that. We have the record that everything he said has come true, and everything that
Right.
we've seen now in the time of the end,
Mm-hmm,
we're still seeing it come true. I mean, even look at the growth of the organization, and love in the organization, I mean, things that we see, the witnessing work that's taking place. I mean, all those things are miraculous compared, we see the world deteriorating in their attitude, and yet
yeah,
we see the love
yeah,
growing in a world where
that's true.
love shouldn't be growing.
I mean, you even
Yeah.
take some of the, you look at the Hebrew scriptures, some of the things that Jehovah told the Israelites to do when they went to war. I mean,
Mhm.
like Jericho, to march around the city 7 times.
Right,
and
right,
not- I mean,
right.
that would be crazy
That
to
would be
a
crazy,
person
yeah.
of war,
You
right?
would
or-
be like, okay,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, but of course they had to try, Joshua was the one Jehovah was using at the time.
Right,
He was
right.
a perfect man.
Mhm.
But Moses was,
Right.
that was that time. So now we have to recognize who Jehovah's using here. Jesus said there would be a faithful and discreet slave
Yeah.
that he would appoint. And, you know, I think of, like, you know, one of the things, all of us, there's probably things, you know, I read things, okay, I don't quite understand, or, you know.
Okay.
And, but I always think of this scripture in John, the example here of what happened. Remember when Jesus was, he was talking about his sacrifice, and he said, you know, he used the words, unless you eat of my flesh and drink of my blood.
Right, he didn't mean that literally, I
No,
know
but,
that.
but you remember,
Yeah.
now he didn't explain it, he just said that, but you
Right.
remember how someone took that. you know?
Right, like
They
how
took it
did,
literally.
yeah, I understand,
Because
yeah,
he said,
Yeah.
you have to eat of my
Yeah.
flesh, and those were the words
Right.
he used.
right,
And so he didn't give a further explanation, and so some, instead of waiting, or they left him, right?
right,
And then, you remember, like, he asked Peter, or the apostles, do you feel the same way? You know, it's in John chapter 6, and, like in verse 66, it, you know, it showed there how some responded there in John chapter 6, verse 66.
okay,
So, it, you know, it said, because of this, many of his disciples went off to the things behind and would no longer walk with him. So they, you know, a lot of them took that stand. So Jesus said to the 12, you do not want to go also, do you? And Simon Peter answered him, Lord, whom shall we go away to? You have sayings of everlasting life. We have believed and have come to know that you are the Holy One of God. So you see, now they didn't, here's the thing, they didn't understand what Jesus was saying at the time, because he didn't explain it yet, you know? So they're in the same boat as the ones that left, but their
Right.
attitude was, what? You see, that, hey, where else
we're
are we
still
gonna
gonna go, yeah,
Where else
with
we go?
you,
So that's what I think of,
Jesus.
in regard to today, you know, the truths that we've learned through
Mhm.
Jehovah's arrangement of things. I probably have a little, I think all of you grew up in the truth, right? I think, I don't know.
I came in, I was
Pretty
about
sure.
9, when my
Yeah.
parents started coming.
Yeah, I think
Mhm.
you grew up in the truth,
Mhm.
I think, and you might say, I think you grew up in the truth. Now, I'm a little different.
Yeah, I celebrated Christmas,
So
I
you're
remember
familiar.
Halloween, all that stuff I
Right, so
did, you know,
You're
yeah,
familiar to a degree, and I was 20 when I came to the truth, so I was
Right.
brought up in the Lutheran church. And
I
stuff,
was
so
Lutheran
believed
too.
all the
Yep.
Trinity and hellfire and the holidays and stuff.
Mhm.
But I mean, obviously, when I came to learn the truth, I mean, it was completely different from
Right.
anything I was accustomed
But
to.
I never believed that, I always did believe that God was different, and Jesus was different, I never did believe.
Yeah, so you
The
didn't
two were the
believe in
one,
Trinity.
even
Didn't
when I
make
was
sense.
little, I
Yeah,
never knew,
right.
how can that be,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
it's
Well, but that's.
3
the-
different entities, you
But
know, and
even
here.
that, that's such a that's pretty much a common teaching in all.
Yeah, I know, all of
Christian religions,
all of
you
them.
know.
Mhm.
And so Jehovah's Witnesses are unique in teaching, and that's the truth. We know that's the truth of the Bible, that God and Jesus are
Right.
not the same, they're
Right.
not part of the
Right.
Trinity. I mean, there's a lot of other things, though. I mean, God's name, Jehovah, I mean, you know,
Mhm.
that's not used in religions today. Preaching of the kingdom, I mean, you know, the kingdom itself, what it means, you know, there's an actual government that's gonna rule over
Mhm.
mankind. The subject of like, you know, love among war, you know, I mean, you know, all other religion, I mean, they'll support war and kill one another, I mean,
Right,
that's, you know.
right.
So I mean, we have to think, like the apostle, where did we learn all these truths, you know?
Mhm.
It's through Jehovah's arrangement, the faithful slave, you know, the governing body. Not that they're perfect, they never claim to be perfect. you know?
Right, right, I
Just
know,
like Moses
I know,
wasn't
no,
perfect.
no man is
Yeah, no,
perfect,
no.
I know that.
And they've even admitted that there's been, you know, we see it, they admitted, you know, a number of times that there's things that they have to adjust and where their understanding was not quite, as time goes on, I mean, that's scriptural too.
Right,
It says in
right,
Proverbs how the path of the righteous will get brighter and brighter, but, I mean, even in the first century, there was the same thing. I mean, we know Jehovah was using the apostles and the governing
Yeah.
body back then, but there's things that they didn't
Right,
understand
right.
properly that had to
Right.
be, they had to, you know, adjust
Mhm.
to. So I guess that's the thing I think of is like what Peter said, where else are you gonna go?
right,
What other,
Right.
you know Jehovah, I mean, it makes sense that he has an organization, I mean, to get the preaching work accomplished worldwide. he's always been organized. The Israelites, the first century congregation, and of course, we try to pattern ourselves after that. So if there's something we don't understand, I mean, it's a test of faith, but
Yeah.
it's, again, the thought is, well, what else is there? Well, if not this,
Mhm.
who else is teaching the truth? It's not even close. I mean, to be honest, it's not even close when it comes to what, we're being taught through Jehovah's arrangement and what's out in the world today as far as Christendom.
Yeah.
So that's tough to think, to really reflect on when there is maybe something that you don't quite
Right.
understand. And then again, you can apply that to a lot, like I said, when they were told, different things and, like, what was it, Gideon, where they were supposed to take the jars and the torches and break.
Right, yeah, yeah,
Right?
yeah.
But they had
Or
to
even
put
the
faith
size.
They had to put faith in
and that
that,
was
yeah.
Jehovah's direction. It
Direction,
didn't make
yes.
sense at the time
Right.
probably, but that
Well,
was
even the
Jehovah's
number, I
direction.
can't remember who they were going against, but
Right, they're like
They
little
had-
bit and this is huge, yeah.
and
Yeah.
Jehovah had Gideon keep narrowing it down to like 300, and it was like,
Yeah.
this is insanity.
Yeah.
It was like, it was like 300 to like 6,000, something like that it was. It was ridiculous.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
right. So, and that's kind of the thought
Right.
behind what's being expressed there,
Mhm.
But,
And that's where our faith comes in, and you can see people who don't have faith, they hear something like that, and they follow these men to their death. I mean, it sounds insane, but that's why Jehovah's given us the scriptures and all these accounts to build our faith. He's proved time and again
Yeah,
that he is fully in control, and he has our best interests at heart. And that's really that's what
right.
that's where our
Yeah.
concern was, and why
Right.
I talked with both of you.
all right.
Mhm.
Yeah, so we just want to, obviously, I mean, if you have questions or doubts, I mean, we
Mhm.
want to, that's where, like
Right.
James says, call the older men, go to the
Yeah.
brothers, and
Yeah.
we're more than happy. We just you have to be careful how we phrase things out here sometimes,
Yeah,
Again, we
that's
weren't
true.
there, because we don't want to discourage others. We don't
No.
want to cause them
No.
to have doubt, I mean, we've got enough pressures and
Mhm.
stresses from the system, so now, if we start, even if it seems like, well, it's negative talk about,
Mhm.
the governing body or the organization or what's being taught, I mean, that's just gonna, that
Right,
can really
right.
create divisions.
Yeah.
Can create, just,
Yeah.
you know what it can do.
Yeah.
So that's where we have to we do have to be careful
Right.
with that. Now, I don't know,
It was about the only ones I said something about, because I was reading at the time.
yeah.
And what do
Yeah.
you think, and
Yeah.
Ma's said the same. I asked Mom, she says, well, I don't know, I don't see that, and I'm like, well, okay, so
Yeah.
explain to me. She couldn't,
Yeah, yeah, so probably the
So-
best thing to do is if you have a question on something, which is probably the best one to go to, right?
Yeah,
The elders and the congregation.
yeah, but at the time, you don't think about it, it's like, it's like, well, this is what it means to me, what do you think,
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Did you do any, I'm just curious, did you do any research on it? On that verse, other than comparing other translations?
I was comparing, I went to the society, and they had the King James Version, and that's
Oh,
what
yeah.
I did, and I went through the Bible, and each place where it used to say
Mhm.
loving kindness,
Yeah,
it was changed to loyal love.
okay.
I did notice that, and just the loyalty, like I said, but different to what
Yeah.
Right.
it was meaning there. It just didn't sound right.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? It
Yeah.
changed for me. It changed the
Mhm.
meaning,
I totally get that.
And
it's good to look at other, that's why the brothers put those other translations.
Right, and I
And
used the
sometimes
King
it gives you a
James Bible
second-
because that's what the society
Yeah,
had, they
right.
had it there, and I said, okay, I'll use that one. And that's what they changed from to loving kindness. I'm like, okay, yeah, that still sounds the same.
Mhm.
And then all of a sudden, loyal love,
Mhm.
different. Didn't sound the same,
Mhm.
doesn't mean the same to me.
Yeah.
It didn't. Until you went back further and if Hebrew language, which I would not have thought of going to,
Right.
because I wouldn't know if it was Hebrew, if it was Greek or whatever. I don't know exactly. The
Yeah.
loyalty part would be here,
Whatever
you
that
know,
means, yeah.
because you got your Greek and you have the same in the back of the Greek scripture, so I don't know if it's
Right.
gonna be either one,
Yeah,
you know, to go back to,
yeah,
of the meaning.
right.
Because Hebrew would be different from Greek. I don't know what the Greek scriptures say of loyalty.
Well,
But
again.
you explained to them the Hebrew,
Right.
which is
'Cause that's
The
what actually
original
is
language.
in
Right.
Hebrew.
of Hebrew, you know, that's what it means.
Yeah, I just remember I had to research that for a part one time. I went back in the inside volume to see what loyalty, what that word meant. That's why I had it in my head.
Yeah, I got no time on that actually, but it's hard
But
even
see,
now.
loyalty and loyal is a little different, was in my mind.
Yeah.
I'm not a,
Yeah.
because it means a little bit different. Loyal means different from loyalty,
Okay.
you know.
And that's the only reason I brought that out, because, I mean, all of us, the way we were raised, our background, our
Right.
education, like everything that makes us who we are, we can all see or read the same thing, and it can mean something
Right,
different to
right.
us. And
Because like I said, to me, loyal meant, well, I gotta be loyal to Jehovah, and he's expecting my loyalty to him. That's how I, with loyalty,
Yeah.
my meaning. So that's why I said,
Sure.
in a way, it's a
Well, now
positive
you-
thing. You're viewing it more like a
Right.
submissive, like I'm
Yes.
submissive to him, so I'm gonna be
why
loyal to
should he
him.
be
Why should
submissive to
he-
me?
No,
Why
not
should he be-
submissive, it's not submissive,
No,
yeah, that's
no,
what-
I,
yeah,
the one
see
that's
what you
supposed to be,
mean. Right.
the loyal,
I understand.
and he should expect my loyalty.
Right.
But I should be loyal to him, why
Right.
should he be loyal to me? That's not right, that don't sound right.
Yeah, yeah, well, now you, yeah, because even he's gonna show loyalty,
I mean-
is keeping his promises, that's being loyal, you know, I mean.
Right, I can,
example,
right, I can
Loyalty
understand it,
comes
but
in.
I'm just saying the word there, how it was mentioned, it was talking about
Right.
God showing
Right. You're-
his love for the human, to spare them, us
Right.
humans, you
Right.
know?
Right, yeah,
That's where I was, the meaning, that went through the same with the other scriptures,
yeah.
was the same thing, was God
Sure.
showing his mercy, his loving kindness, you know?
It's a challenge even now, I mean, when you translate languages, you know, to try to get the meaning in that. I even had a talk, I gave a talk at the Romanian congregation last week, you know. and
That
there
had to
was a
be
trans-
hard.
Well, you know, and I'm giving it in English, and there's somebody trying to translate
Right.
the words, and he said for the most part, but there was one, Ouija boards, you know, because it was on
Okay.
spiritism.
Okay,
And-
that's something
and
they
I
wouldn't know in
mentioned-
their country.
Well, right, so now he's thinking, how am I gonna put that
Right.
in my language to get what it really means, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
It's even now, at the present, it's a challenge, so just think, if you're
Yeah.
trying to translate something that goes back thousands of years ago,
Right.
it's not even being used anymore, you know?
Right, right.
It's quite a challenge, you
Yeah.
know, but it's all with the good, you know, the intention of really
Right.
trying to help us to being, you know, the best understanding, help people in the ministry,
Right,
to gain an understanding of it, so.
okay.
Yeah,
Well,
so
now I got
hopefully
the
that'll.
true meaning of it, you
that'll-
know, but that's, was my logic, my meaning.
Yeah, sure.
I'm
no.
just telling you that's what it was, and I
Yeah.
just couldn't
Well,
understand
I
it.
think that happens to all of us. We at the midweek meeting part, we go through several chapters of the Bible, and I'll be reading verses, and a lot of times, I mean, you don't.
It doesn't make
I
sense,
don't
or,
get it.
or
So
don't get
I'll
it,
find myself,
yeah.
I'm constantly researching.
No.
Usually on every chapter, I'll find a few verses, either something that interests me or I don't understand, and then you
Mhm.
find there's tons of research on that verse, and you get a more rounded understanding of really what's being said in the history of it.
Okay,
Yeah,
just
Yeah,
gotta
it
go
helps.
deeper.
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
Well,
really
that's-
all it is.
Okay.
example of how, yeah, get a little better understanding. Is there any, you know, one of the, and again, we can only go by what's being expressed to us.
Mhm.
I mean, like, and, you know, your brother talked to us. And, I mean, see, their concern was, and again, I don't know exactly what was said, but, and it was like a year ago probably after the convention or something, that, you know, there was things that were said that they just felt that their concern was it almost sounded like you were getting influenced by some kind of apostate literature
No,
as far as what
I have read
was-
nothing.
the way it was being expressed. So I'm
no,
just saying
from the
there-
convention, I can
there-
tell you what it
yeah.
was for convention, it was what I just said to
Okay, so
you,
that was more.
about the brothers
that was
saying,
more-
do as we
okay.
say, don't,
Okay,
don't question it, but still do it.
yeah,
If we,
okay.
that, And that's what I said to them. I
Okay.
said that just don't, I don't know.
Okay,
At that time, it just didn't make sense. It's like, wow,
yeah,
even though it don't sound right, still do it.
yeah, okay.
It's probably in connection,
Maybe
because we had that
was it.
video on the tribulation with everyone down in the basement. And
Yes,
following
it was just
direction.
one of those things, like, yeah, it's
Okay.
like, just do as we,
Right,
even though it may not make sense to you, but still do it,
yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I mean,
And that's what I said to them,
There's gonna, obviously, we're gonna need direction, and
Right,
we're gonna
right,
really have
but-
to put our trust in Jehovah's
Right,
arrangement of things.
right.
But we don't know exactly
Right,
what's gonna happen,
right.
but,
but he
obviously-
does say everyone, every living thing will know when the time is in.
Mhm. Well,
So I
that's
think
true.
that will help too.
Yeah,
We will know in our hearts, everything we know, we should, what we're supposed to do
yeah,
too.
well, that's true.
You know?
Yeah, that's true at that time, but now here's a time too, we can really
You
show
know?
our trust, and,
Mhm.
what Jehovah's expressing. Just in regard to that, just the caution, I mean, not that you're doing it, but,
Mhm.
it's 2 Corinthians chapter 11 there, and it just kind of, Paul expressed the dangers of, because there's so much out there that's, I mean, there is stuff out there that's negative toward Jehovah's Witnesses.
Oh, yeah.
And that's just the
Yeah.
fact, it's on the internet, it's,
Right.
I mean, there are ones that were part of the organization, ones that aren't, their aim is to just try to,
Mhm.
discourage or find fault, or, and Paul warned about that here in 2 Corinthians chapter 11. And, in verse 3 and 4, and actually, this was happening in the first century congregation. He was given a warning here. It says, "But I'm afraid that somehow as the serpent seduced Eve by its cunning, your minds might be corrupted away from the sincerity and the chastity that are due to Christ. For as it is, if someone comes and preaches a Jesus other than what we preach, or you receive a spirit other than what you received, or good news other than what you accepted, you easily put up with him." So that, they were kind of doing that, here there were ones that were, speaking against the truth, and instead of shunning that or staying away from it, they were putting up with it. And I like the thought, sometimes ones might think, well, and they're, maybe they're curious, they just want to see what it is, or maybe it's, they think, well, this way we can refute it if it's brought up. But the danger, I like Paul's warning here, just as the serpent seduced Eve. I mean, none of us are that strong that we can think that we can listen or read or
Right.
Put up with that, to think that we're not going to be affected by it. Because Eve was a perfect woman.
Right,
And he was able to fool her, Because, and
Right,
remember
right,
how he did it. It was
right,
very
right.
sly. Was it really so, God said? And then she began listening, and she got
Mhm.
hooked right into it, and that's what he's trying to do with us. But we're more susceptible because we're imperfect,
right,
And so that's why, all of us, and it doesn't matter who we are, elders,
Right.
we have to take that seriously, to stay away completely from anything that could be considered, apostate.
right, right.
So, it can be very, dangerous.
Mhm.
And then obviously, what's gonna help too is, not only stay away from the bad material, but now be here
Right,
for the positive things, because the danger of not doing it, in Proverbs 18:1, Jehovah tells us something that can happen if we isolate ourselves, kind of stay away maybe from the meetings, or from the organization. Proverbs chapter 18 and verse 1. I have a talk on this, and I mean, the talk is on choose your associates wisely, but the emphasis is not to stay away from bad association, but now we have to be around good association, spiritual association. And one of the, scriptures here, the reason why, 18:1, it says, "Whoever isolates himself pursues his own selfish desires. He rejects all practical wisdom." And so Joel is telling us this is kind of a natural thing. If we isolate ourselves, because we're imperfect, and now we can be influenced, by that. whereas this keeps us on the right track, you know, we're
Right.
here for, you know, the spiritual instruction. You know, that way if we are kind of maybe thinking or we're discouraged or something, you know,
Right.
now we can come here and get, get courage and,
Mhm.
you know, get on the right path if we're veering off, you know, either, you know, to the right or the left. So that's what we were encouraged. I don't know, I know, I mean, would you say there's been something discouraging you from being at the, or making it hard to be at the meetings, or? I mean, it's good to see her today.
It is sometimes, yeah, it is
Yeah.
sometimes,
Yeah.
being here, then, and Thursday nights, I've been falling asleep a lot. It's like, come and I go,
Yeah.
you know, and sometimes the watchtower, you see us out there, I go,
Well,
I can't help
like
it.
the same thing.
you know,
do,
it's
I
just
know.
one of those things, you know,
Sure.
and I am very tired in the evenings.
Yeah.
As he knows, sometimes I'm passed out on the couch by 7 o'clock.
Yeah. Okay.
I just literally just go, I get done eating and I just go
Yeah.
like this and I'm out for a couple hours.
Sure.
Everything else is going on around me.
Yeah. I remember brothers when I was younger, Wes Liseberg and Gene Beatty, brothers like in their 70s and 80s. And I remember
Yeah, and I'm only in my 50s.
I just had six.
it's all right. You know what? I think we're just, it's hitting us in earlier generations. 'Cause I'm looking at brothers and they're, damn,
Like
I don't know
60.
if I'm,
I just turned 60. Old.
but I'll
I'm
see
the old
some
guy
brothers,
now.
I'm like, Dan's still going, he's still working construction and
Yeah.
physically, and I'm thinking, man, I feel terrible. I'm only 42.
And same with him.
And I'm like, I don't know how I'm gonna feel at 60. I
That's
don't know
what
if
he
I'm gonna
said.
be able to keep going for another 20 years. I don't know if it hits us earlier, but the point I was making, I remember seeing these older brothers and they would be, their heads would just be like. the
That's
whole
me, I'm
meeting.
sorry.
Sure.
But like they were up early, they're working, you're a mother, you have a business, and
Yeah,
you
it's
both
all
are
good.
working, and you're tired. But as I got older, I used to like be like, I'm falling asleep, but when I got older, I
You
understood, I'm
realize,
like, yeah, but they're here, I mean, they're just,
yeah,
they're
Yeah.
just pushing themselves, they're exhausted, they're like, I don't know if I can stay awake, but.
yeah.
And see, that's part of our, because remember your understanding of loyalty before, you know, that's
Yeah.
part of our loyalty to Jehovah is wanting to be submissive to him, even though it might be difficult. And-
Right,
and it's-
right.
It's clear in Hebrews, I mean, Jehovah tells us not to forsake the gathering of ourselves
Right.
together. We have to really view that as that's Jehovah's direction,
Mhm.
you know, so he
Yeah, I was thinking
appreciates
about
our
it.
efforts, you know, that we put forth, even though we are, I mean, all of us, I mean,
Right.
I fight it
Right,
too. I
right.
mean, I'm fighting that, some days are really hard because, you know, especially in the afternoon, I'm like, Susan, see my bed, Mom, and stuff, but, you know, but, you
Yeah,
know,
it's that,
that
yeah,
happens, but
Yeah.
that, you know, the benefits are greater being here, you see, even
Yeah.
though that's, you know, having, you know, rather than not being here, you know, because
Yeah.
that's not gonna be encouraging for us, you know.
Yeah, you saying that made me think of when Jesus went off to pray and he had two of his apostles, Peter, James, and John were sitting with him.
yeah,
And he said, wait here while I go over to pray, and he came back and he's like, I fell asleep.
yeah,
And he, you know, but he admitted that our spirits, you know, we want to do what's right, but sometimes we're tired.
right, yeah,
Physical weaknesses take over sometimes, but we keep fighting.
that's true,
Yeah,
yeah,
well, you're raising one,
yeah.
Well, see, even for
You don't
his-
know, Mom.
Well, you know, we all, yeah, well, you know how that is. It's like
Especially
when we're
with the
young.
tablets, you don't know what you're doing.
Well, that's true, in extent, I mean, he could say that to me and he'd be saying the truth, you know?
Yeah, I says, yeah, well, that's why I want you to show me on some things,
Yeah.
you know, but yeah,
Well, but even for his benefit,
yeah,
being here, you know, because you know, the world has a strong pull and, you know, I mean, that's why the Bible says from infancy, you know, before, you know, to train us, like, I'm sure it's agree with his young ones, you know, it's
Constant fight.
Yeah.
yeah, you got two.
Let's say it's like working overtime and you just you try to never miss a meeting and you're still, they're constantly being influenced, something on TV, something on the game that they're playing, it's like you're just, you know, you're constantly watching everything that they're doing. Satan's got his hands in everything.
Yeah. Well, I don't know, hopefully this is
Yeah,
helpful.
Yeah, I
Help you
understand
feel
that
a little
now.
better.
Yeah,
Okay,
because it
all
just
right.
didn't make sense to me,
Yeah,
having this flashlight.
yeah. Well, feel
Yeah.
free to, I mean, anytime
Okay.
call us, and, you know, we want to be happy just like we did today, or after a meeting, or whatever.
All right.
Anytime, you know, if there's something discouraging,
Mhm.
someplace
Okay.
understanding, let us know. But again, just be care, I mean, the thing is, be careful how we express things, Father.
Right,
We
right.
don't want to be, you know, discourage them in any way.
Right.
So we want to be careful.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, well, thanks for coming, I'll.
Okay.
Our Father Jehovah, we are grateful to you that we're able to have this conversation. We appreciate, Father, your loving kindness toward us. And we know, Father, there are times that we might not completely understand everything as far as what we're being taught. But please help us to have a faith in you, Father, and your arrangements of things, and to show trust in you, Father. We appreciate what you've helped us to see, the truths that we've been able to see through the faithful and discreet slave, and be able to be part of true worship, Father, and be able to call on your name, and be part of the ministry, and you know, having it be part of an organization that really shows love toward one another. And please help us always remember this, Father, really receive these truths through your arrangement, and to be loyal to you. And we pray this and ask this now in the name of your Son, Jesus. Okay, thanks a lot.
All right, hey, no problem at all.
Okay.
You guys have a good
All right, you
evening.
too.